Hello everyone, Spsa here, and I decided that today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This isn't a Spsa Comics Marathon video. This is because I am now storing my comics like this instead of in those plastic Ziploc baggies. Today we are going to do a flip through of all of the covers for freedom. So, strap in. Let's get started. Alright, so here's the first cover. Now this isn't technically the first comic in this series. As you can see, it's a remaster of the first comic. We'll get to the first comic, but yeah, this cover is kind of a remake of the first comic's cover. Just with the SPSA sporting a different facial expression. Here is part 1 proper, and as you can see, other than the text being different because it's, SPSA is just sporting a different facial expression, and there's no SPSA Comics logo because I didn't start doing that until SPSA Comics Sonic, which, yeah. I'm not going back and giving the logo to all these comics, because that's a lot of comics. Then we have this cover. Pretty basic, but, yeah. Just a basic cover, because we're only 2 parts in. Next up we have this cover, which features Sonic on it, because I believe this is the part that properly introduces Sonic as a character. So, yeah. This cover was just fun. I don't think it pertains to anything in the actual story, but it was fun. Juan. I don't know why it says that. I guess I just wanted to make a stupid pun. But yeah, Juan, I believe he features heavily in this part. But yeah, Juan. Then we have this cover, which features Reject Guy, Sonic, and Dr. Eggman. Because I believe they feature heavily in this part. So, yeah, another basic cover. You'll notice that being a running theme. This one has all of the characters we've met thus far. Because I believe this is the part where... Oh, I'm not going to spoil it. Even though I pretty much already have. This is the part where SPSA dies. Yeah. Part 8 just has a void with Reject Guy underneath it. Part 9 is just SPSA with a pencil and paper, because I believe this is when he... Oh no, this is the part of the comic where he gets trapped in that pocket dimension and needs to escape somehow. And that's what part 10 is depicting, because I think this is the part where he escapes. Part 11. We have SPSA drawn in 2 different art styles, because Nomad comes from a dimension where this art style is the default. And of course, he's in the Stickman dimension right now. Oh yeah, Fire Knight freaking dies! Yeah, I forgot about that. This cover has, I guess, all my kids on it. Just, yeah. Moving on. Then we have this cover. I like this cover. It's just Nomad in a void. Super simplistic, but I like it. It's fun. Next we have part 14, which is the second part of many in the final arc of the Nomad saga. I spelled arc wrong. It's ARC, not ARK, but whatever. I spelled it wrong. Grab your pineapples and popcorn and let's end this saga. You wanna know how many parts were actually in this arc? 2. Yeah, parts 14 and 15 wrapped this up. But yeah, we have kind of this half and half thing. I like doing this a lot. I think, yeah, this was the first time I did it in this particular comic, but I did it a lot. And this was the final battle. But not really, because we have quite a bit to go, but yeah. Nomad on one side, Supersonic on the other. Yeah, pretty simplistic. Then we have Juan the movie, which is just Juan. Very similar to part 5's cover, just with a different facial expression. Juan the movie 2, or I guess part 2, part 17, features Donald Trump on the cover with, yeah. Pretty self-explanatory what that is. Then we have Random Guy on this cover. I don't know why. I could have just put Juan on it again, but I chose Random Guy for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we have the Random Guy 3-parter, which the first part has Reject Guy on it. And then we have Spsa putting Reject Guy into a piece of paper. And Random Guy and Reject Guy fighting. Because, yeah. And then we have the first part of the Aftermath saga, which spans from part 22 to part 28B. And you'll see why there are 2 part 28s here in a minute. But yeah, we have Angel Fire Knight, because I believe at this point he was still very much dead. This was before I retconned his hair to not actually be literal fire, so yeah, he sets the halo on fire. That was really annoying to draw, by the way. And then we have parts 23A. Oh yeah, there is a 23B, but it is combined with this part. I made 23A too short, and then I made another cover for what would have been part 24, but 23A or 23 was just too short, so I combined it with another part for 28B. So let me dig this out so I can show off that cover. And here is part 23B. It has Dr. Eggman and then all the characters at the bottom. And yeah, at this point Spsa dies, but then they go back in time to resurrect him. So yeah. Moving on. Part 24 just has Supersonic on it. Very simplistic. Part 25 has what seems to be Nomad in the void, but that doesn't make any sense because Nomad's dead now. What's happening? And then we have Reject Guy trapped in a void, or I guess a cracked dimension, as the case may be. And then we have the 2 MCU parody covers for parts 27 and 28A. 27 is Infinity War, and 28A is Endgame. Yeah. And then 28B is just this. Yeah. Good guys on one side, Eggman on the other. Then we have the beginning of the end, the 75 years later arc. Yeah. If you've been around my channel, you'll know that this is my least favorite arc in the comic, and in my opinion, I just should have ended it with 28A and just began something else, but I didn't. So here we are. So part 30 has Lightning the Hedgehog. No, I will not be elaborating, and I know the person who created this character still watches my videos, so, yeah, no shame here. And Tails. Then we have Classic Sonic. You can tell it's Classic Sonic because he has the little ball hands and the feet. Yeah, I don't know. Then we have the mid-series recap, which is just a thing I did because I don't know why I did this, but it is, I guess, a canon part of the comics, so it and it slots in between parts 31 and 32, so here it is, and it's pretty simplistic with SPSA on the cover with a speech bubble saying, "Welcome to the Freedom Mid-Series Recap." Yeah. Oh, and then we have my Sonic OC, Flame the Hedgehog. Yeah. If you want to learn more about him, you can go watch my SPSA Comics Sonic video that I really want to redo, but yeah, whatever. Part 33 features SPSA with a magical pencil. Yeah. And then we have part 34, which was a crossover with What If Peach Got the Triforce 2019. I could flip through those covers too, but that would be a little bit more complicated. And then we have part 5 of What If Peach Got the Triforce 2019 edition, which, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. It's just Triforce with a crown in it with that. And then we have part 35. Apparently this was the final part, even though I believe part 35 is actually the final part, but yeah, whatever. Part 35 is just SPSA inside a portal. Then we have part 36, which is Juan the Movie 2. Yeah, this is the last parts I'd consider like proper story, because parts 38 and 39 are something completely different, which you'll see here in a minute. Part 37, more Juan the Movie. We have Juan and Trump, which is interesting. And then part 38 just has Infinite on it. Yeah, that's supposed to be Infinite. Yeah, because parts 38 and 39 were the end of the original continuity, because of course it got rebooted. So everything after part 40 is the reboot. We have SPSA with another different facial expression. I believe this is just supposed to be calling back to the original, or to part 1, because it's the end. And then we have part 40, which is SPSA going through a portal, and this one's been through the ringer. I mean, you can see, well, there's just the sheer amount of staples on that, but yeah. We have SPSA getting sucked into a void. Where does he get spat out? In the reboot, which we have part 41, which is simple. It has SPSA, Fire Knight, and a portal on it. And then here we have part 42. That's still SPSA, but at this point in time, he had lost the headband. So, yeah, and then we have Reject Guy with all of his little minions. Yeah, pretty basic. Part 43. Yeah, we have SPSA and Reject Guy's little minion. Again, pretty basic. A lot of these covers are pretty basic. And then we have literally the same format. God, I did this for a while. Part 44 is Reject Guy and SPSA, and part 45 is a little minion and random guy. And because that little minion is random guy. Okay, finally, something unique. We have Reject Guy on a page with 6 other pages orbiting around him, because of course this is a retelling of the opening arc of Freedom 2019 with the 7 pages of creation and all that. Here we have Reject Guy with a piece of paper. Yeah, that's it. Then part 48 we have Reject Guy and his legion of furries, and SPSA at the bottom here. Then we have part 49, which is pretty basic, just Reject Guy with a page and SPSA. Then we have part 50, which is SPSA and Girl SPSA. That's a story for a different day, but yeah, we have them kind of orbiting out of a portal. Then we have Freedom part 51, which is SPSA's origin. I still need to draw the box around the SPSA Comics logo. I believe I forgot to do that on a different comic as well. But yeah, we have SPSA, and because this is his origins in the comic itself. And then we have this cover, which is SPSA's Origins Part 2, which features SPSA and Donald Trump fighting. Then we have Part 53, which is just SPSA with a pencil. Part 54, they're getting chased by a bear. Yep. And Part 55, we have SPSA, an angry SPSA and an angry Fire Knight. Then we have Reject Guy's Rise, which is SPSA and Reject Guy. And then we have Reject Guy for Part 57. And that leaves us to the present, which I have made the cover for, so we can take a look at it. Here is the cover for Part 58. Pretty dang simple. Anyway, that is it. Except not really. Because, of course, I have the usual Patreon, spiel. Yeah, so for $1 a month, you can donate to my Patreon and, get fun things and all that. Including your name at the ends of these videos. Yeah. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!